Hello everyone, myself Dr. Rajesh Khanna, Consultant Pediatrician at KIMS Cuddles Hospital, Kondapur branch. Today I'll explain about overweight and obesity in children. Parents usually, our old school of thought, our grandparents and parents, they don't come to pediatrician or they don't seek any medical advice whenever their child is little on the higher side in terms of weight, because they feel happy looking at the sight of the child being little hefty or little on the overweight side, because they feel it is a blessed privilege or it denotes a positive note on the health. So that means that the child is more healthy for them, but it's not so. Even for children, obesity or overweight is not at all healthy for them. It needs to be evaluated and treated accordingly. The cause of overweight or obesity is very well known for all of us, but we ignore the causes and we try to overlook and we never try to modify those factors at all. The definition of overweight is based on body mass index. Usually above 2 years we take weight and height and we just calculate body mass index. Below 2 years we don't take BMI usually. So it's very easy to diagnose this overweight or obesity based on BMI above 2 years of age. Definition being BMI more than 25, that is 25 to 30 for overweight or more than 30 for obesity. So whenever the child eats especially fatty food more or even carbohydrates more and spends less of his energy, less calories, that is input and output imbalance is there, then naturally they gain weight because they are not spending so much of energy. Body tries to retain all the excess food in the form of fat. So how do you measure fat? You cannot directly measure the fat in the body. You are trying to measure the weight in relation to height. That's what BMI indicates. Weight 18 kgs divided by height in centimeter square. You will get this height in meter square. You will get this body mass index. Now the causes, one is excess over intake of foods. The other one is excess screen watching. During excess screening watching, they don't know how much they are eating. They naturally land up in eating more and more. Next is genetic predisposition also, but due to some genetic factors problems, they can have this binge eating as well. The other factors can be due to hormonal issues during hypothyroidism or during hypoparathyroidism also. Sometimes due to excess corticosteroid usage also can lead to this obesity. Now what happens if the child is little on the overweight or obesity? You may not initially get this manifestation of diabetes or hypertension, but eventually in the long run, yes, the child becomes more prone for developing diabetes or hypertension. At the same time, such children tends to be so lazy that their school performance becomes very low and low. Their IQ levels goes low and low. They cannot retain any memory, so it becomes highly problematic for the child to focus in the schools and to perform adequately in the schools. Then the other issues will be child's interaction with other kids. The child being lazy, doesn't interact properly, so over a period of time they develop behavioral issues as well. Child's health wise, it impacts liver, kidneys, heart, various organs. So child's lifestyle modification, whenever you face a child with overweight or obesity, lifestyle modification is very, very important. You prevent obesity or overweight by constant monitoring of what child is eating and how much energy child is spending. So even from the early ages, from 7-8 months onwards, you let the child spend their energy. Like for example, a crawling child, let the child crawl, let the child explore the surroundings, let the child walk, take them to the park, let them walk in and around. So during which they burn their calories, excess calories. You take care of balanced diet, not just giving excess carbs or excess fats, Balanced diet means it should contain all micronutrients as important as macronutrients, carbohydrates, fats and proteins as important that micronutrients are equally important, iron, calcium, phosphorus and all that is vitamins, vitamin A, B complex, vitamins C, D, E. So all that is very, very important. When a balanced diet is given, usually they don't develop obesity. When the child is presented with obesity, you give them a proper diet chart and how best they can burn calories. Swimming is best exercise. They can participate in sports, gaming activity, as well as child's junk food should be curtailed. They should not eat outside foods, fiberless diets. So that should also be curtailed. Screen time should be reduced. So this should be a holistic approach. So pediatrician visit is mandatory when you are bothered about child's weight. So compulsory visit, and as well when you are taking the child to vaccination, have a word with pediatrician, just inquire about the child's weight and height, and if the child is falling on above 95th centile of their growth charts, you need to definitely be worried about their weight. So this much about overweight and obesity. I sign off now and I will meet you next time with another topic. Thank you.